Hello, what is your full name and how long have you been doing Jiu-Jitsu?
Chad Camacho, and I started doing Jiu-Jitsu and grappling in 2017.
What was your first gym?
I started at a place called Bay Area MMA, and then I went to Pacific Ring Sports in Oakland, California.
Nice. How you ended up in beautiful Tempe, Arizona?
Just needed an environment change. I used to kind of get in a little bit of trouble and was a knucklehead growing up, and just needed to get out where I came from and start something new, try to make a good life for myself and my family.
As you were saying, as a knucklehead, were you also doing martial arts back in the day when you were younger?
Yeah, some. I was.
What was the primary martial art? Was it jiu-jitsu or was it something else?
No, boxing.
Boxing.
Mm-hmm.
You can say you got some pretty good hands?
I mean, I'm not the best, but I know how to throw them for sure.
Mm-hmm. What made you come to Arizona? Was it just environment change, something?
I actually went through this I don't know what you want to call it, a program, halfway house, behavior modification, and there was like this saying there that I took from there, and it says if you go back to where you came from, you're destined to come back, which I mean to there, you know what I mean? It means you keep going to go down the same path. And after I left that place, I went back and just started to, you just get surrounded by a certain negative environment. You get influenced by it if you're around it for long enough, especially if you grew up around it. So I just got tired of being around it and the drama and just everything that goes along with that type of environment. So I just decided I needed to go somewhere new and just make a change for myself and try to leave all that in the past and do what's right and work hard and be honest and just make a life for myself and my family that I'm really proud of.
Do you feel like you're proud of the life changes you're making right now?
Yeah, I think I've came a long way since I've came out here.
Yeah.
I think I've came a long way just from my mentality, the way I talk, the way I conduct myself, the way I carry myself, the way I act, my emotional intelligence, the way I handle conflict and problems. I mean, I still fall short. I'm not perfect, like I'm not going to try to sit here in front, but I've definitely came a long way from the way I conducted myself and looked at myself in the world since I've came here. And also too, like, just created my own plumbing company. Like, that was something I never, I didn't grow up thinking I was going to be a plumber and try to start a business, I got back in the union like almost 10 years ago now, and back home, and I was in there for about 4 years, 3.5, 4 years, and got a lot of good knowledge and education from there. And I came out here and I just furthered it, and I found it's weird how like life takes you sometimes. Like sometimes you think you're going one way, like, I'm gonna be in the union, I got a great pension, I got this and that lined up, free or lifetime medical if I put an X, you get this idea. But then sometimes life has a way of steering you in another way that's probably more beneficial, and even if you don't know it at the time, it usually ends up working out like that, as long as like you're doing the right thing, I feel like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think I've made a lot of change. I think I still have a lot more to go, like for sure. From the way I mean, when you grow up thinking a certain way and viewing yourself in the world a certain way, it's hard to just let it go. So, you still struggle, but I'm definitely on the right track, and I don't know. Yeah, I am. When I look back on it, I am proud of myself, regardless of whatever negativity may have been in the past or that I brought on myself or that I was a part of. Like, I'm doing the right thing now, and I feel like I'm setting a pretty good example for my kid,
Yeah, especially getting that license. Like, tell us a little bit more about that, because you were saying that you haven't really like applied yourself alone into books and stuff, but like this was the thing that you applied the most.
I've never been good at book work. I didn't know, and it's not that I don't think that I can't do it, because obviously I just proved that I could. I think I just didn't have the right mindset as I was younger, and there's a lot that goes into that to unpack there, why kids think like that, you know what I mean, and probably act like that, even though there's a lot of kids that are like that, where they think they have all these learning disabilities and all these things, and really it's just a lot more simpler than that, and it's just the way they view themselves in the world and what they're living around and what they hear and see. So like, I don't think that I couldn't not have done it before. I think I just didn't have the knowledge, or I didn't believe in myself that I could, And yeah, like, even to get in the union, like I failed that test. I took the union test 3 times when I first got in. I failed it every single time. The only reason I got in is because I got sponsored in because of my work ethic, I'm assuming, and they seen that like I could do the work. I just might not be the most book smartest, you know. But even then though, maybe obviously it wasn't just me applying myself, you know, because I just did it right now. It's the same concept, you know. So, but yeah, I studied for 6 months, pretty much 6 months straight. Every night I'd go to work, get up, go to work, then get off work and usually go do side work on my own. Then I'd go get my kid and then bring him to the gym. He'll do jiu-jitsu, I'll do jiu-jitsu, we'll train, go home, you know, make dinner, take a bath with him, you know, me and my girlfriend, and put him down for bed. But I did that for 6 months straight, long, long days, just to pass this damn thing, and I actually did pretty good on it, and I did it in half the time, and I got a pretty good score. And all I was trying to do was pass it. I didn't even care. As long as I passed it and I got approved, like that's all I cared about. This is the next step in this, because I mean, like that was the hard for me, honestly. Like doing that, like everyone's gonna say, like, oh, you're starting a business, it's gonna be hard work. There's a lot of other stuff that goes into it. And yeah, that's true. But I feel like that the stuff that goes into it is like the hustle part of it. Like I know how to do the work. I know how to hustle. Like that's not something I lack. It's that book work that stressed me out, and passing that and making sure I'm going to be completely legit so I can't get in trouble for nothing. You know, like that was the part that stressed me out a lot.
Do you feel that you feel pride in being able to be 100% legit in surpassing a test that is very, very difficult, and doing it all legit, all the right path? You feel like pride in that?
Yeah, I do, because I don't think it's like, I don't know, none of the people I really grew up around like had businesses or owned anything, or you know, they had some, you know, they worked, some of them worked and stuff like that, but they, you know, it's like a revolving door in a cycle. Like when you live a certain lifestyle, and it's not even, and it comes down to a lot of things, just the way you view the world, your own mental health. Like there's a bunch of stuff that goes into it, you know what I mean? But like I never grew up around thinking that I could do something like that, you know, to be honest with you. Like I didn't think I would ever do something like that, and it just kind of worked out that way. So I mean, I don't know, I think it's definitely something to be proud of. Everybody I've talked to so far says it's something to be proud of, you know?
I think that's something to be very proud of. How do you think, and how do you feel the open mats in here in Jiujitsu at Tempe, Arizona? How do you feel is impacting the community? Like not just the community, but you, like the people that you interact with.
Dude, I've said this a lot. We got like a little group chat, and I say this a lot. I've told Jay and Lisa, like what they created here for people, like not even just myself, because there's people from like every walk of life here that like you would never think get along and end up becoming like best friends. You know what I mean? Polar opposites, and like whether you're coming here to try to, you know, go to ADCC or be a professional MMA fighter and get to the UFC, whatever it is your goal is coming here, this place does so much more than that for people, like so much more. Like that's just what people see. They don't see what goes on inside here in the community with the people, the stuff that we know each other accomplishes outside here, whether it's work, personal, family, whatever it is. You know what I mean? We get to see that, and I feel like once you start doing something like this, for whatever reason, it helps you accomplish things like that, whatever it is you're working on or struggling with. Putting in the work in here equals putting in the work in real life. I don't care what anybody says. Like, you develop a work ethic in here, you do something hard every day, you're consistent with it, like you get humility, you know, like it makes you go out in the real world and be able to believe in yourself and push so much harder for whatever it is you're working towards. And like, yeah, like this, then that's what they made here. Like the open mats, or, you know, I've met so many people from open mats that I've got work from that are just friends now. Like this guy behind the camera, I was one of the very first people I rolled with the open mat. Choked me the fuck out. I took him down, choked me out in like fucking 30 seconds. And now he's one of my best friends. You know what I mean? Like it's, yeah, I mean, if I didn't have Jay and Lisa's, like, cause I moved out here and I don't have, like, I didn't, like, I had, you know, whatever. But anyways, like, I don't really have anybody out here. It's just me and my kid. And I got a girlfriend, and this is my family. Jay and Lisa is my family. All the guys that I'm close with and Sub Squad are my family. Like, yeah, like they gave me something that, you know, like, it makes me emotional.
Thank you.